You know, one thing I wanted to say is, if this helps anybody out, you can see this is a top of bedrock right here. You know, this is all bedrock, all these little knobs, and it's filled up with sand in here. And what happens is the gold starts bouncing coming up, and it just can't make it up over the top here. So a lot of times it just kind of sits in one of these cracks, and I find a lot more gold sometimes on top of the bedrock on a spot like this than I ever will down in a hole like that. I don't know why. Like I said, we got the gold in the bucket, not even in the sluice. It stayed right in here. All right, I'm gonna just dump it in there because I got to get more buckets run through here. Like I said, you can classify right in here. It's just, I'm digging pretty far away. Did I clog her? No. See the sandstand right below where the inlet is. Just give her a little stir, let all the heavy sink to the bottom, and the light sand shit just gets sucked right out. Man, I love that. Let's see. So yeah, you can see we cleaned out all the low holes. Got hardly any gold. Now I'm gonna work up on this top stuff. And I'll do a clean out in a little while, and we'll see if I'm getting any gold off this top stuff. I have done really good on the shallow bedrock. I really have. But you think somebody's metal detector could pick it up. All right, somebody wanted to know about the clay. Said this might be good for the clay, and I got some clay here. So I'm gonna get it on camera. The old clay factor. Look at that thing. And I got a scoop too. So instead of running a sluice box, see that clay? Some meaty stuff. Can't have that going there. Look at that, I can wrench it right off the. I'm just going to drop it in there. Plunk. Obviously, that's not what we want to do. We're just testing her out. Got to give her the full shawama bam. Make sure she's ready for anything. That's the way. Man, you'd have to really work to get that in your sluice. I mean, I'd have to be down at the other end to see how good this is actually working, but bats all over me. There's two kinds of clay on this one, the gray stuff and the gray and the tan. Looks like it's doing a good job. Yeah, I'm gonna put a handful in there. Big handful of clay. Another one for you. I'm going to take you guys down to the sluice and let you watch the sluice run while I dump this half bucket through. And I'm just going to pretty much pour it in. Well, she's definitely a helper, no matter which way, whatever you want to say about it, she's definitely helps. It's up to you what you want to do on the other end. I wouldn't, you know, what I got going on is what I got going on, but to each their own, whatever they find, whatever you guys find works the best for you. That will get changed. All right. Slop. Any rocks in here? Okay, a rock. Holy shit. Look at that thing. Oh, she was covered. Well, this is good for washing rocks, too. I didn't even think of that. Stick your rock in there. Oh, look at that. Stuck on the side there. I'm gonna have Robert freaking hit it with his SDS over there. Got some conglomerate here stuck. I'll bring this over to you. Looks interesting. That shit is some sticky ass clay. guess for the clay, you really could put maybe a classifier on the end of this, cut it in half or maybe in quarters, just to help knock the clumps down. I can't believe this thing. I hope I get gold. It'll make for a good video if I get gold. Sorry about the shaking on the camera. How else would you run this shit? Holy crap. Tough one hand. Look at that shit, man. It sticks, leaves. Man, that bucket was a workout with one arm. She's stuck? No? Oh, just a stick in there. No, she ain't stuck. When you say that, she gets angry. Look at her. You can just imagine putting all the heavies on the bottom and just sweeping off the lights. That's got to be a good thing. I said I'll turn the camera on and make a short 1-minute video. This thing's probably got an hour's worth of video on it, man. I can't shut up. 4th of July. We metal detected that, nothing in it. I think that's the old stuff. Sir, I was going to throw that rock in there, and he's been sampling and getting gold specks filling up my snuffer bottle for me. Whoop. And she'll take it all if you give it to her. She's a naughty girl. She gets angry when you don't feed her too. She starts growling at you. I figured, I mean, you just see I poured a bucket in there just to show you, see if I could clog it, and I did not clog it. That's not the way I'd advise you to feed it, but I just like the stuff sitting there because I think it churns itself up. You know, and when we ran it last time, we found the gold in the bucket, not in the sluice. Robert actually panned it out of the bucket, so that was cool. You hear her? She's mad. She wants some dirt. I gotta go get some dirt for her. Let's see, where am I gonna run the sluice here? If I ran it up above here, I'd fill all this in, and I'm really not done with it yet because I would like to mess around. I mean, I thought I was leaving here because I thought my other claim would be showing more gold, but it's farther away. We got less gold up there than I did here. You can see there's still some nice boulders here that I can get underneath. It's just I gotta spend some time And today, man, it's beautiful out. It's only in the 80s. Normally it's 105 or 106 on 4th of July, which is, yeah, happy 4th of July. It's like all the water dropped and now it's coming back. I don't know if somebody watered their pot plants or what happened. Here's our hole. A lot of fish in this creek. Look at these talons, baby. We are moving some dirt. Moving some dirt. We got the bucket set up there. We had the dredge set up, but 3 of us are working the bucket and we're just hammering through material. The bucket works so good. Thing's actually like gurgling and churging, like it's hungry. Hands at this end of it, and there was no gold at all. We are catching fine gold, and we are in a creek where there's a lot of heavies and a lot of black sands and hematite and stuff. So I've been kind of spoiled working that other creek, not having to worry about heavies. But this creek, there's a lot of them. And we already got one poker on the first cleanup, and that was just kind of in the overburden. So it's almost like a big swimming pool up there in that bedrock. But yeah, I think the bucket's the trick, man. Otherwise, we'd all be taking turns running it through a sluice, or trying to run 2 sluices with a little bit of water. You can, that's the leftover water right there. Other than that, it's 2 inches. You can see all them plants back there. That's how they were all right here. I had to take them all down, open this up. We had it out. We took the hose out of the bucket and ran it as a dredge, but then we got down to where it just seems like it's easier, you know, with a bucket because the hole got too deep. We ain't really got too much drop here, and we are rising a good couple feet before we're dropping. But you can see the sluice is running good, and we have caught gold, so there is gold here. Just we don't know how much. I'm thinking the bucket should have more than the pan, but I don't. I see lead and I see one little flash. So this was what made it to the sluice. That made it to the sluice. Now I'm gonna find out what the bucket grabbed. I'm gonna suck that.
There ain't a whole lot to show people with their gold monsters anyways. I mean, that's pretty easy to
use a gold monster.
Yeah.
Right. That's that was most of that was in the bucket. What do you think? Like probably 80% of it was in the bucket. 70, 80%. Yeah.
I mean, that's a decent gold number, but yeah, it must was in the bucket.
Yep, the bucket.
There's as much in every pan that you did out of the bucket. You did what, 4 pans as there was in that first pan.
Right.
So.
And caught a ton of lead. So that sluice is catching. I would say that sluice is catching, you know, high 90s. I would say it looks like it's catching pretty much everything because there's all different sizes gold in there, and the amount of lead I got is probably 4 times the gold, 4 or 5 times the gold. So I'll take this home and repan it, but whole bucket here worked good. All right, turn this guy on. Here's the gold from yesterday. Let's say 80% of it came out of the bucket. 20% made it to the sluice and was caught. Of course, I don't know if I lost anything. Oh yeah, and I weighed the tray. And the tray is 7.4, so whatever this weighs minus 7.4 on the scale. Exactly 1 gram, 8.4. That's 1 gram of gold. Most of it caught in the bucket. That's a good day. I just wanted to show you the lead and what I mean about black sands. So that's the lead that I got out of the bucket and the sluice. A lot of that was actually in the sluice. A lot of the smaller pieces were in the sluice. And then this is what I mean by the black sands in here. There is none. It's either these big chunks of like this ironstone, or it's just regular blondish sand. Very, very little black sand. So just every time I make a video and talk about no heavies in the creek, I'm cringing because I'm thinking people are thinking, what's this idiot talking about? And believe me, this is one of the only creeks I know of that are like this. So, it was hard for me to ask people questions on why or where and all that. So, and I really don't know why. It's just unique. But that's why I keep going back to it, because you'll see me strike out, and then you'll hit a pocket, and it's just hard to. There's no hints that the pocket's coming. It just pops up on you, and then you're happy you got a place to work for a few days till the gold's gone, and then the misery starts over of grinding away prospecting. Not misery, but you know what I mean.